All right, welcome back, everyone. This is the Game One Loves Forever golf podcast, and I'm here today with one of my good buddies, Carson. Carson, thank you for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Been
I'm excited.
Yeah, I felt like you were pretty gung ho every time I asked you. Just
Absolutely.
finally worked out.
I'm
to
like,
get you here.
podcast?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Come on, I'm down.
So since it's your first time with everyone, if you've seen the podcast, you know, I just kind of asked, how did you get started in golf?
Growing up, I used to play like once a year with my dad, just like on Father's Day. Into high school, maybe played a little more with some of my buddies. And then in college, I'd play, I don't know, maybe once a quarter.
Okay.
And then for my 21st birthday, my parents got me fitted for clubs.
Nice.
And so then I started playing more often. And I think with a lot of my buddies, after college and our sports were done, it was like golf was the way to get our competitive juices flowing
exactly.
and like talk shit and gamble and everything. So then we started playing a lot, and now I play like once a week.
Nice.
I love it.
What courses do you normally play around here?
All over.
Empire? Yeah.
I mean, I grew up playing like Granite Bay. That's where I'd play like the few times, and then in college I'd play there, and then I was there until a few years ago, and then my father-in-law's at Serrano. My business partner's at Granite Bay. I have a good buddy at Cameron Park. So luckily, I'm getting to play the country
nice.
clubs.
Yeah, the country clubs. I was just about to say. So you don't have to wait at you don't have to wait hole to hole like normal
exactly.
unis.
It's not the 6-hour Empire rounds.
Yeah. Okay, so you got fitted and you started getting into it. Was there anybody who kind of really like showed you the game or maybe kept you in it?
No, it was more just like I
Just
wanted
your
to be my
competitive
friends.
nature,
Yeah,
right?
it was
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I wanted to be the best out of all my friends.
That
I
usually helps.
I wanted to take their money gambling.
Exactly. What's your favorite gambling game?
We play like dots, or
Okay.
the junk and
Yeah.
greenies, woodies, sandies. We've created more dots as we've
Yeah, I was gonna
as
say
as we've come along.
You've
so.
expanded the dot game.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than just the whole. Do you usually play 2v2 or is just one?
Yeah, it's
Just on your own.
it's usually like
dots you get.
if it's the four of like the usual guys, then it'd just be every man for themselves. Lately, we've been playing like best ball.
Okay.
And then like dots on top of best ball. So it's always fun.
Does your dad play?
He still plays, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He plays not as often as he used to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, can you beat him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's got 2 shoulder replacements and knee. He's like
Okay.
a 30 handicap now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he
So
loves
he just gets out for the love of the game.
Yeah, exactly. It's just having
Not the
fun,
score.
drinking beers, having a good time.
More vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So did you play in high school?
No.
No, never.
I mean like a
Well,
little
yeah,
bit
just
with friends. But I
recreational.
didn't play like on the team, no.
Yeah. Do you wish you would have? Well, you
Yeah, looking back on it now, I totally wish I would have.
No.
I mean, not even
All
to
that.
play the golf, but just to like leave class at 12
Yeah.
o'clock on
Oh.
Thursdays and Fridays would have
Yeah.
been ideal.
It's funny you say that. Yeah, I forgot about that aspect. Like, you would after lunch, you just get to leave because you have to go play because you have to play before the sun goes
You're sick.
down. Yeah.
Yeah,
And especially
that was
right
like-
now,
Go ahead.
when the time changes, we would definitely have to leave after lunch, and then when we would play the section turn or the league tournaments, it was 18 holes. So we literally go to first period and then go
Yeah,
to the
that's
course.
perfect. So you played in high school?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, so we played in the high school team. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little San Juan alumni. Or whatever.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, looking back
So-
on it, I've like always think about that. It's like that was perfect timing. It was all my friends. That was all of our off seasons for whatever sports we were playing, and it would have been perfect to just all of our buddies be on the golf team. It would have been sick.
Yeah, so I was playing basketball my freshman year, and I was planning on playing baseball because I played baseball pretty much up through that whole time. And my freshman coach was like, "Why don't you come out and play golf?" And I was like, "That sounds way more fun." Even though I wasn't really good at golf,
Yeah.
I was like, "But that sounds way better than being out in the hot sun and all the gear for baseball." And practice was literally just the range, and then you kind of move on to playing. But you go hit a bucket of balls, and that's your practice.
Was the coach like a pretty good coach?
He was just I mean, he
Was he
could
just a
play.
guy?
Yeah, he could
Okay.
play, but he wasn't like a professional. I mean, he was
Okay.
freshman basketball coach.
Yeah.
He was like the health and driver's ed teacher
Yeah.
and all those,
Okay.
a little.
I always wonder about the high school coaches, like if you got a lot of experience out of it. Like, did you learn a lot about the game?
Well, he definitely tried to help. So any courses that we played or practiced at, like so Mather and Ansel Hoffman, he tried to get us in contact with the pros there to see if they give us some free advice. And we got it a little bit, but then after that, he just kind of like, you know, you're on your own. Or,
get the ball in the hole.
Yeah, or maybe like something he read, he'd be like, hey, let's work on this today.
Okay.
You know, back then, because back then you just there's no YouTube.
Yeah,
so
no
you
YouTube.
You read everything.
I know. That's how I feel like I've learned a lot of the stuff about golf.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I know. I was like thinking, like, what did we do before? You know, just read a magazine.
Yeah.
I read many of Golf Digests on like plane rides and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day.
The crazy part is there's so much advice on YouTube, and like sometimes I'll watch something before I go play and just totally mess my rounds.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's you can go down rabbit holes and and think you found the fix, and it's just messes you up.
100%.
That's why I say right now is the time to go on YouTube and TikTok.
Yeah,
and,
when
you know,
it's
go
bad
down.
weather.
Yeah, when it's not messing you up too much.
Yeah, for sure.
So because the weather's probably doing it for you anyway.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. Well, so you got pretty competitive. When did you? Because now since I've met you, when did you kind of start playing every week or so, or have you always been playing every week?
I started playing every week when business got slow. It was just something to go out there and just be like, yeah, I'm marketing or I'm, networking or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it really is a lot of that is, I mean, you do your tournament when that's in season. There's other, monthly things that go on. So next thing you know, you got one every week because there's so many people that are doing those types of events, and then you're playing with your friends on other times. So.
Yeah. I think if I said yes to every time I got invited somewhere during like work or during the golf season, I'd probably play at least 3 times a week.
Exactly. That's the difference between you. I can't, I'm like, got the worst FOMO. It's like, oh, you want to play golf? I'm like, I shouldn't, but yeah, I want to.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to say no for sure.
100%.
You almost think like even like with the weekend around with the boys, you're like, okay, how can I make this work? Right?
Exactly.
You're like, if I do it, if I promise I would do this chore after the honey-do list.
Oh,
right?
yeah. No, there's been countless times where I've gone to the office at like 6 a.m. to get stuff done. I'm like, I got a 9 a.m.
Get that
tea
9
time.
o'clock,
I got a half day in.
Yeah. Nice. So one thing that was really cool, I mean, I thought it was cool how we met. We met at a, what'd you call it, like a 2-man scramble tournament that one of our colleagues puts on.
Yep.
And that's the first time I'd met you. And then we were on a team, which is kind of a cool aspect. So for everyone out there, what it is basically you sign up for the tournament, you give them your handicap, and you're like an A, B, C, D player, and then you're matched up with the opposite, right?
Yeah.
So I think at the time I was probably a B player and you're probably a C player.
Yeah, probably.
Or
I could have been a D. You could have been an A. I don't know.
Yeah. No, at that time I think I was still a B. I think he puts A players as like single digit.
Okay.
Handicaps.
A and D together, and then B and C's. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Are you playing this year?
But I am not. So I'm actually going to play in the men's group at Empire Ranch.
Okay.
Because they're doing something similar.
Yeah.
And I had already planned to play that one, and I was hoping that Dan's would be the week after.
Yeah.
Because, it's iffy on what weekend he's going to choose. And it just didn't work. So I had already signed up, and they're going back to Whitney Oaks, and Whitney Oaks tore me up. It's
hard.
A tough course. Even a 2-person scramble. So getting back to it, so then then you get matched up with someone, and it's a 2-person scramble. So, we both hit and we play and we just kind of hit it off. I mean, it's industry related anyway, most of the people. So it was pretty cool.
You carried me the whole time,
Yeah.
so that was nice. I played absolutely
We missed some
horrible.
putts for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We missed some birdie putts that we should
That
have
was one of
made.
those tournaments where it's like, we're not sticking around to see if we won anyway.
Yeah, we already knew. I
Like,
think we were
outta
like
here.
5 over by that time, yeah. And what sucks is, we won't be able, most likely we wouldn't be on the team again next year.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks is because then I'm like, okay, if me and Carson played again and like got ready, then I know we could score well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But then it's like you never know who you're going to be playing with. So it's cool, but it's also like sucks. Like you can't redeem yourself next year.
100%.
With
But I mean, kind of going back to it, it's a great tournament because we met at that time, and then next thing you know, we're playing golf once a month.
Yeah.
Your thing. So
and that is the cool thing. You meet someone. I think I've met someone every year, just for work or networking, right?
Yeah,
just
exactly.
to know, know someone.
100%.
Yeah. Or you just have a cool guy who you can hit up anytime to go out and play, or vice versa.
For sure.
So, but the one thing that I really am curious about, because I've been like kind of hedged for it, or picked for it, which is a golf group planning. So I mean, I'm on your email chain, but what kind of goes into that huge group of playing? Like how many people, everything goes into it. So
Yeah. So, I mean, just for everybody, the background of it is every year, well, I guess for the last 3 years, it's going to be our third year. I started a tournament down in Palm Springs in February, kind of get out of the bad weather up here and go play some prime golf down there. So, I mean, as far as what goes into it, the first year was super stressful because it was my first time doing it.
I was say, how many people the first year?
So the first year, I was so confident about it. I
had 48.
Yeah, I had this huge list of people. They're all like, I'm 100% in. Yeah. So I'm like 32 people, and then next thing you know, we had 16, and it was like a struggle to get 16.
Oh yeah.
And then last year we had 20, and this year we have 24. And luckily, the last couple of years they've been filled up relatively quickly. Yeah. But I still have a list of like 100 guys that have at one point said, I'm 100% in.
Yeah.
And then when it comes time to pay, they're like, I can't make it.
Yeah.
So, but as far as the planning goes, I mean, it's less stressful now. It's just kind of, I deal with the resort. We stay at La Quinta. We play PGA West. Okay. At least that's what we've done the last 3 years.
Is that the hotel that's with the course? Or
just so La Quinta is like, I believe it's it's a part of PGA West. They have the mountain and the dunes course like right on the property, and then the other 3 or 4 that are within the like public PGA West are within like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just deal with them, and they kind of handle everything as far as getting my tee times, getting the rooms and everything.
So then essentially, you just have to tell them a date and how many people. And then obviously they give you the price, but they really do get everything set up, the tee times.
Yeah.
And then they get back to you and say, these are the times
exactly
that you guys are playing.
So like this year I emailed them. I said, hey, these are the dates we want to do it. These are the courses that we want to play. Mornings preferred, whatever. And then I get the quote back from them. They go, okay, this is what it is, and these are the tee times for the courses that you want. And
do they give you a discounted rate?
I think it's a discount. I mean, it's a pretty good package for like what the courses cost and what the rooms cost. I believe we're getting a discount.
At least saving something.
Yeah, we're saving money because I mean the golf alone at that time of the year is like $900. Yeah. So we're getting stay and
because they know everyone wants to come to the nice weather. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
What are the temperatures there in February?
Last year was like 75 and sunny the whole time.
That's beautiful.
The first year, of course, we were there during like the 2 rain days they had all year. But I mean, rain in Palm Springs was just like sprinkling on us, so it wasn't crazy, but it sucked.
Yeah. It's not a sunny day at 75 degrees, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, last year was beautiful the whole time. Hopefully this year will be the same.
Yeah. What made you pick that weekend?
It's after the Super Bowl. It's after Valentine's Day, so there shouldn't be any excuses not to go.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a little tough to be like, or maybe you can sweeten the deal and be like, have a great Valentine's Day, and then be like, all right, babe, now I'm gonna go for the weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it gives them a little option there.
Yeah. Because that was when I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's right after Valentine's Day. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, get everything done the week before, and then you go, okay, now it's a weekend for myself
surprises.
And the boys.
Yeah. So, you said you're 24. Do you think you're going to expand, or?
Yeah, I mean,
or you kind of just, I guess, plan for a certain number, and then as it dwindles down, that's kind of what you
yeah, I mean, I when I originally started, I thought, by this year we'd have 60 guys go. So obviously I've tracked that back, but then it comes down to, because I do it as like a Ryder-esque kind of style. There's teams. So to make it work as far as the teams, then like my next jump would have to be 32 to have 8 teams of 4.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Or I'd have to do like different numbers on each team. So yeah, I mean the reason that I started this was I went to a couple of there's a big tournament that the Granite Bay Country Club does. One of the or not the country club, but a guy that goes there. They started it like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And I went to a couple of them, and it's awesome. And there's like 100 guys that go, which is cool. But
yeah,
at the same time, I'm there and I'm hanging out with the same guys that I know anyway. So it's like, why don't I just start it?
Yeah.
So, so I mean, eventually we'd like to get to 100 guys. That'd be sweet. But maybe it'll take 30 years.
Are you planning on staying in Palm Springs every year?
No, I think we're gonna start moving it around.
Yeah.
I mean, the scary part about Vegas is it's Vegas, so a lot of danger there. But
might lose a couple guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that
may not show up for the
exactly, exactly. So Vegas, Arizona would be cool.
Yeah,
but I'd like to keep it in the winter when it's everybody's fiending to play golf by February, and then we can go and play in 75 degrees and have a good time with the guys.
Well, and there's plenty of golf in Palm Springs.
Oh yeah, there's so much. Yeah.
I mean, I know the PGA West courses are one of the more known there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I've been not part of it, but an email chain, I should say that, where they go to Idaho. They've gone Coeur d'Alene. Yeah, I think there's a famous course, and so famous I don't know what it's called, but but it has like an island green.
Oh yeah,
it's a floating. Yeah. And then they like truck you out there.
Yeah, exactly.
On a ferry or whatever to the green. Yeah.
One of my buddies, his grandparents lived on that course or near it, and he went up there after college for the summer and does not play golf at all, but got a job as a caddy there. So he's like telling people, "Oh yeah, the putt's looking this way." It's like if anybody knew, it'd be like Connor Pollock. Shout out.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, he's like, I have no idea. Just hit the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
I just work here.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So you got the group together. So you said you play it. What's the style of games? You kind of said it's Ryder Cup style.
Yeah, it's like Ryder Cup-esque is what I like to call it. It's so this year we'll have 6 teams of 4, and it's kind of similar to dancing. Every team has an A player, B player, C player, and D player. Okay. And the first day is a 2-man best ball. So everybody's playing their own ball the whole time. There's no scrambles or anything, but it's 2-man best ball, and then you're playing for match play points. Yeah. And then the next day's a 2-man combined score versus the other team's combined score. So every day you're playing against another team. Okay. And then the final day is kind of like a double points where you can go from like third place to winning it. And that's just there's 12 matches on that day. Nice. So every team has basically 2 matches. So double points, and then it's just a 1 versus 1. It's all handicapped. And
how do you keep track of all that?
I print out like I get it. I do a lot of work for this.
Oh, I know.
I go through. I get everybody's handicap, and then probably about a week before I'll.
What if they don't have a game?
Usually I'm hoping that everybody has at least an 18 birdies or something, but we haven't had that issue yet. Okay. So
that's true. I mean, if you're going on a golf trip, you most likely have one.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah. If you're spending money to do it, you have one or something. So yeah, we get it all handicapped, and I go through and I create my own scorecards, and I put the dots on it and everything, or the pops. Dang. And then I have like the rules and how to score it, and then I just collect them at the end, and I keep track throughout the weekend, and then the final days.
So everyone knows where they stand on the final tee.
Yeah. So
tee box.
Yeah, everybody. Because I mean, we're usually playing in the mornings, and then we hang out at La Quinta in the afternoons. So, I'll have the points day by day, so everybody will know where they're at, and then we've been doing a certain amount of money for each person. Winning team takes all, so it's fun little weekend.
Yeah, that's winner take all, huh? Oh, and then I think I talked to you. You said that the winning team gets to stay together.
The winning team stays together for the next year. Yeah. But I'm already running into issues with that too. I got one of my champions from last year can't make it this year, so now I got to figure that out. There's just always something.
See, and maybe I just need to do like a small group, but that's what I feel. I feel like it's just too hard to continue to, like, obviously you won't get the same guys every year. Yeah. But it's just hard to get everybody to commit. What happens with dropouts? What do you do?
Yeah, so the first year I had some dropouts, and luckily I was able to get them filled. But it would be at the point, because I mean I've already had to pay for the February tournament in November, so it's like if you drop out now, it's like either you got to find somebody to replace you, or sorry, but like I don't know what to tell you. You committed to it. I tell everybody up front, hey, I have to make the payment at this day. So if like you paid me and then afterwards you're like, hey, and like of course if there's like an emergency or something, I'll try to work with that person. But I mean this year luckily we have
feel confident.
We have a wait list kind of. So we have guys that want to play that just didn't get the money in time. But I'm like, hey, well these people, you know, they
you're like
they are in, but they may be out.
Yeah,
so we'll
there's
see.
like four guys you know that probably might drop out.
Yeah, exactly. So
you're like,
yeah, that's kind of.
Have you had anybody yet who has said they're in every year but then drop out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't name names.
Well, yeah, no, it's fine because we probably know them. Yeah,
exactly.
No, or not necessarily like, because even if like I said, oh, I'm in, but then I realized I can't. But have they actually like paid and then dropped out?
Not the people that you're talking about, where every year they're like, I'm in.
Yeah.
No, I haven't had anybody
it's
that's
random. It's just
luckily
instances.
I haven't had. I keep saying luckily. I'm like, please,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
knock
Yeah,
on wood.
I don't want to talk about it, but yeah.
No, I haven't had too many issues. I haven't had an issue where I'm like, feel like I'm taking somebody's money that's not coming. So that's good.
And like you said, I think we know, or you have 100 people, right, who maybe things change and then they can,
of course.
you know.
Yeah, I just hopefully they can tell me before the due date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
well, because I'm assuming if someone takes the other person's spot, they pay and then you just pay them back, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or like last year, somebody paid, they had to bail because of work, and that the new person that came in just paid that person directly. So I was just like out of it.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like 16 is a good
I think more the merrier.
True. Well, I mean, you've already done it, so you've kind of got the rhythm. It's just
16 was a good number. 12 is a good number.
Yeah.
The one thing about getting kind of a larger number is, like the last 2 years, we've got
to win all that money, huh?
Well, yeah, that, and I mean, the last 2 years we've had a group of guys that go out to dinner together. So like once you get to a bigger number, then that's not as possible.
Yeah, it's not as feasible.
Or as feasible to do it. So.
Well, I guess also too, because I'm thinking it's nice that you have a hotel, because I'm thinking like, oh, we got to rent a house for these guys, and like, you know, but no, I think the way you're doing it is the right, not the right way, but a better way.
Yeah.
That you don't have to worry as much about how many, right? So it can grow and stay as much as you want.
Yeah. The other kind of scenario that I've considered is just getting the tee times and working with. Whether it's PGA West or other places, wherever it is, just getting the tee time set early, and then saying like, just, you know, find your own stay.
Yep.
But the cool thing about staying at La Quinta is, have you ever stayed at La Quinta? So it's like this huge resort, and there's probably like 20 pools there.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So like every pool is like in a courtyard of rooms.
Yeah.
So we're all in this one courtyard, like sharing the same pool, which is cool. So there would be no like home base if you did. It would be cheaper to be like, hey, I got the golf. It's you know, $700 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you just have to figure out where you're gonna stay. Then there's no like common area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
And that's the whole point, right? Is to hang out after and like have the, you know, shoot the shit, and whoever's like not playing well, you can give them crap.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You know, like
the best part's the best part's been coming back afterwards and hanging out by the pool and drinking beers and hanging out with friends. I mean, I have a buddy he's been there every year that comes from New York all the way to Palm Springs. Yeah. Like I have Washington, New York. It's just fun to see my buddies that I don't get to see very often. And then it's cool to see like the same guys that come every year have now gained friendships that it's just cool to see. Like
you start looking forward to it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, and that's the one thing, and that's kind of why I've started this, you know, the podcast and everything, is just because, you know, I feel like even here, just locally, we've grown a good group of guys, and you know, I like this because now I learned something more about you, and learn more about our other buddies, just more stuff that you don't know that you wouldn't learn on the golf course.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do feel like we learn a lot about each other on the golf course anyway.
Yeah,
but
4 hours together.
Yeah, you kind of have to, right? Yeah, you start to know their tendencies, or, you know, just new stories.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
So the last thing I would say is, or ask about the group is, if you could pick anywhere to have your group, where would you go? What would be like your
Oh,
dream destination?
I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, obviously, like Pebble, like Carmel area, like the Pebble Spyglass, Spanish Bay trip would be sweet.
Would you even choose, like, I would think, if you could pick anywhere, not you personally, but
Yeah.
if you could pick anywhere, maybe like the old course,
Oh
because
yeah.
they've got like 5 courses there.
Yeah.
So you play old course one day and then play the other one, like Jubilee and the Castle course.
Yeah,
Those
that
ones.
would be awesome too.
I've always just been scared of the clubs. Like, either you lose them, they get broken, but I mean, you got
Traveling that far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to take the risk, I think.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I've never even been to Europe, so I can't even speak to like how
Yeah.
cool that would be.
Yeah, I've seen it. I didn't know. So for everyone listening, if you go to the old course, show up. If you're by yourself, you can show up the day of, but you have to show up at like 2 a.m. to the starter hut or house, whatever they call
Yeah.
it, the starters, and then you wait, and then once they open at 6 a.m. or first light, you basically they go through you or go down the line, and if you're ready to play, you got to go right then and there.
Really?
Yeah. So I didn't know. So I was there at like 10 a.m. and they're like, "Oh, it's already filled through the whole
Oh my
day."
gosh. So there's no tee times. It's just like first come first serve.
So that's if you're by yourself.
Okay.
But if you have a group, let's say there's 8 of us, we have to put into a lottery like 2 days, 3 days before, and then they pull your name, and then if you're in, then you get a tee time.
Oh no way.
Yeah. So it's a huge lottery system for the old course. But any of the other courses, you can go the day of.
Okay.
And there's no, like, you can't sign up or anything. You just go and you play that day. They'll get you in.
Okay. Oh wow.
They'll get you in. So I kind of like that old style, like first come, first serve, right?
Yeah.
Well, with the exception of the old course. But yeah, and then they have hundreds of clubs that you can rent. So if you don't want to bring your own clubs, you can rent
That's
clubs.
awesome.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. So I ended up I said, well, whatever, since I didn't play, I was like, I'll take the greens fee, which was like €300, which is actually cheaper than Pebble,
Yeah.
or 300 pounds, I guess, in Scotland, and I just took that and spent it on like gear. so I
you
look
can
like
act
I
like you
played.
played.
So I look like I played.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So because I'll get, or I have the old course head cover,
Oh yeah. There you go.
and every time they'll be, "Oh, you played?" I'm like, "Well, I seen it." So
That's
pretty
funny. My
Yeah.
business partner, he went to the Masters last year, and he got me a towel, and I
Oh.
have that on my bag.
Yeah.
And people say the same thing. Did you go to the Masters?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, no.
I watched it.
Yeah. Saw it on TV.
Yeah.
But it was cool. I mean, I took a tour, and then I kind of asked them questions on like how to get tee times and
Yeah,
stuff to learn more, and he was more than helpful. And then I got to walk over the bridge on 18,
Nice.
take a picture. But that's funny because the guide will tell you, the tour guide was like, "Yeah, go ahead, take a picture." He's like, "You just got to watch out for it," because they'll still tee off. He's like, "We don't stop them." He's
Yeah.
like, "You just got to wait till they tee off, and then everybody runs over, takes the pictures,
Oh my
and everybody
gosh.
runs back."
You take your clubs over there too to make it seriously look like you're playing.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
oh, here
no,
I am
yeah.
carrying my bag over 18.
just had my new shirt on and
Yeah.
and head cover.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, here I am. I'm 3 under at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the big deal is. This course is easy. And then we sat there, and you could tell my wife and I sat in there and we watched people tee off. And I could honestly, like, that's I think how much of a golf fiend I am. I could have sat there all day and watched people tee off. I think it was just both because it's the course, and I like golf, and it was just cool to see. Because it's the nice thing is, if you're at the tee box of 1, you can watch people tee off on 1, and then you can watch people come up on 18.
Okay.
And 18 is like, well, you got the bridge, but it's just cool to see people come in, chipping, and like, you get, and that's the thing too I was gonna say, is you get all types of golfers. So you get some people who are like horrible.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, "How are they playing this course?" I was like, "Babe, it's probably just a prestigious thing, or they got invited by their buddies, or some corporate event where they got invited out and they have to play, you
Yeah.
know." And then it was cool to see people come in on 18, because then you got to see them like hit the green. It's like double tiered, and Link's course is just a whole nother animal.
Yeah.
It's like
Never played
actually, yeah, me either. I'll get out there next time.
Isn't Spanish Bay kind of like a links course?
Well, it is, but I don't know. Like,
it's not like that.
Yeah, I don't know how, because I've never been there, so I haven't seen it, so I don't know how to like gauge it.
Yeah.
But because it's just like the ball rolls forever.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like,
is it year round where they have to play off of the mat? Like I've seen videos of where you have to carry the mat around and then like you place your ball on it. And
that
like
might only be when they're gonna have a tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that.
And they definitely don't have carts, so you walk it. And I mean, I would walk it anyway.
I've never walked the course.
Really? Never?
Never.
Not even
I don't plan on it either.
Not even push cart?
Yeah, like if the old course can't get a cart, I'm out. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you can have a caddy too. You can get caddies.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And then we were gonna at least do like they have a 18-hole putting course.
Okay.
It's called they have a ladies putting club and they have the putting course, which is kind of funny. And we were gonna go play, but then as soon as we got we got the stuff and we were about to go over there after, and then they closed it because actually the ladies club was actually coming to play a tournament, the putting green. And it was funny because they were literally like, I don't know, 70 plus age group.
Yeah.
And their little old ladies come with their putters from the parking lot, and they would go play. Yeah. But
it looks so good at putting too.
Huh?
They're probably so good at putting.
Yeah. I did stay and watch a few of them, and they were pretty dialed in. I was like,
oh my gosh.
Because it's basically they just cut it like a putting green into the hills.
Okay.
So you're just going up and over like all these hills. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. I wish I could have done it. But now I learned all these things, so I can at least tell people when they go, or next time I go, I'm definitely playing. Even if I can't play the old course, I'm definitely playing one of the courses.
Yeah.
So
that'd be awesome.
Yeah. That's definitely one of my dream spots. So sorry to get off topic, but
no, that's fine.
Yeah. So if I could do golf group, that would be. But again, like you said, like pricing, make sure people can go.
Yeah.
You probably have to plan it. You know, I feel like at least with that, you could probably plan it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because there are a little bit of tee times, I think, that they release that you can get ahead of time.
I was thinking when you said you have to be there at 2 a.m., that'd be sick to just have 12 guys be like, all right, it's 2 a.m., let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Let's see if we can all get on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're like, may not play together, but we'll at least play. Yeah. So, or maybe it's like Pebble where either they give you the very first tee time or they give you the very last tee time, but then you can't finish anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, Pebble's one I definitely want to get to.
Yeah.
At least we can drive there.
Yeah, I know, that's a nice thing. We're so close, right?
Yeah.
And you can actually...
the only course over there I've played is Spyglass.
Okay. How'd you do?
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
When did you play it?
Remember
how old you
It's
were?
probably like 2 years ago, year and a half ago. Super windy.
Yep.
That's
my fear. You finally get a day out there, and it's just like the shittiest weather. Or
I mean, it wasn't too bad, but it was windy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's at least like 30 mile an hour gusts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's gusty.
My buddy that had played there before that I played with, he was like, "Oh, just wait. I think it's number 3." He's like, "Just wait till number 3, the bacon green." And
what does that mean?
It's like the green is like 7 yards wide.
Oh,
and like it's
okay.
widest
So it's a
part.
strip of bacon.
And it's like a strip of bacon like this. Like it's like kind of like a dog leg left into it. And it was like my best shot of the whole day. And I was going in and ended up like double bogeying it because the greens were so fast. So like blew it by. It was just horrible.
Speaking of greens, have you played Whitney Oaks recently?
Yeah, like a month ago.
Okay.
Lightning.
Yeah, they were so fast. So I was gonna say, if you are playing that tournament with Dan, go and play that course because, like, there were a few times where I just tapped it and it like flew by. Like
it's just a tough
15
course anytime.
I know. Yeah, even with scramble. I think even 4-man scramble. Like if you play legitimately,
you
play legit.
Sure.
Like obviously, if you're the 4-man scrambles, I think are cheating anyway. So.
I love the 2-man scramble because everybody's honest.
Yeah,
and then
you have to be.
I actually played in a 4-man scramble over the summer, like late summer. That was there was 8 people on each. There was 2 foursomes on each hole.
Oh dang!
It was awesome. It was the beach hut tournament.
Yeah.
And
so I think that's how you stop cheating, honestly.
Yeah.
Or not cheating, but just like keep it honest, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all fun. I get it, but
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But there's some times where it's like, I don't know if they shot 44 or
Yeah,
47,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
But so that tournament, what was the winning score?
I can't remember.
Yeah. And were there like gimmicks? Like,
no gimmicks. It was
so
like a
it's just straight
legit
up.
legit golf scramble
Nice.
tournament. So
I
that
like
that was really cool. There was no gimmicks. It was like a legit
I
golf
bet your winning
tournament.
score was like 8 under.
Yeah,
That shows
it was something like super reasonable.
Yeah.
And it actually helped me so much because the with having the other foursome on our group, because they had a long drive and I hit it right and it bounced down the cart path to the like almost to the green.
Yeah.
And it was technically fairway, and like the other group's the one that found the ball and was like, "Oh, you got to put it as your long drive." And I'm like,
"Oh,
all right.
It was in the fairway?"
Yeah, because like the fairway kind of wrapped around the green, and like just got super lucky. So I got lucky that there was somebody there to attest to my 500-yard drive or whatever it was.
It's like legit, yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they'd be like, "There's no way."
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're full of shit.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, that's nice. Yeah. And then if you do come in and win at 8 or 9 under or whatever it is, it's like, you know,
everything's legit.
backed, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it.
So I was thinking, because I see stuff on YouTube or TikTok and stuff, and they're like, how do you stop scramble cheating? And that was my idea. I mean, I know people have already done it. It's not my idea, but that's how I would do it if I ran a tournament. I'd do that. But then a tournament I played about a month or two ago, it was the Invictus tournament, and they had a 3-team playoff. So it didn't matter if you were 18 under or 10 under and 5 under. You all played the last hole as a shoot-off.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think because of that, it was legit. I think it was like 18 under was one of them, and then it was like 10 and 10.
Okay.
And so 3 teams got to play off, and the 18 under still won because they had someone who could drive like 400 yards apparently. But it was just nice to see, like, okay, they're 18 under and you saw that person drive, you're like, okay, that's legit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's nice. It's like if someone's 44 and the next one's a 10 under, you still got to play for the championship.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and then you can, and I like that too because I feel like everyone would stay, and like I stayed and watched even though I wasn't in it.
Yeah.
I stayed and watched.
Watch a horse race like that.
Yeah. So I thought it was cool. And so I'm torn between those two, but I think I like the force. Oh, how was the pace of play with the two foursomes? It's probably pretty long.
It was fine. I mean, it was a scramble, and so people were picking balls up and stuff. So it wasn't crazy slow. I don't think. I'm trying to remember, there was a lot of beer there.
Yeah, those are the best. Yeah, those are the best tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, we were having a great time. I mean, a foursome's fun, and then you have like 8 people with you.
Yeah,
so
and I think that's even cooler. Right?
Yeah, we were just having a good time.
And I think that's good too. If it's let's say it's an industry tournament or like something for work, then you get to know more people, right? Because 100%. I feel like if you already know the 4 you're going with, sometimes you don't get to network like you should, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe half the people who are playing tournament leave right after.
Yeah.
Which is always the case.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So that is kind of a cool idea to market more. The Beach Hut Deli one, is that actually put on by Beach Hut Deli, or they just sponsor?
I'm pretty sure it's like Beach Hut Deli's.
Yeah. And it's all like the franchises?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think the...
or is it just Steve?
No, it's
all of them?
it's the main guy at Beach Hut.
Nice.
Like, I'm trying to think of his name. Troy?
Okay.
But yeah, it's like a legit Beach Hut
Nice.
invitational. It's fun.
Yeah. Who was your team?
It was me, Finkel, Andrew, and my buddy Jimmy.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to think about it, but we were close. I think I'm trying to remember what the winning score was. I think it was like a 60, so that was like 11
12.
under.
11, 12.
And
Where'd
I
you guys
think
play?
we were like 63. Granite Bay.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those Monday tournaments.
Yeah. And anybody can play, or do you have to be invited?
No, it's anybody can play.
Okay.
I think Steve was saying that it's really more of like a team building thing for Beach Hut, but it's open for like anybody.
That makes sense.
More of
that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, no, but it was a full field.
Yeah.
So it was it definitely was more than just like the Beach Hut people.
So the other thing I learned about, another term I learned about, is apparently Empire Ranch has a 2-man scramble.
Do they?
Did you guys play in? Did you play it with Finkel?
Oh yeah.
What's that
Yeah,
one called?
that's just another guy that does it like once a month.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's put on by Empire.
Oh,
we play
okay.
at Empire, but
So it's just another
yeah,
guy
just
puts it
another
on.
like industry type thing.
Okay.
It's a little outside of industry, so that's nice. We meet different people, but we've played it. I think that was our 3rd month that we've played, and the first 2 months we played it was a 2-man best ball, and then for whatever reason they changed it to a scramble. Yeah,
which is you guys probably scored pretty well there.
I can't remember, dude. I was telling you before this, like, if somebody says, "Well, we're gonna go play Timber Creek," I literally don't know what the first hole looks like until I get there, and so there's only a few places that I know, like every hole.
Yeah, Carson was telling me that he was listening to another episode and he was like amazed how we could like recall this hole or what we shot on the hole, and he's like, I'm sorry, he's like, I'm not gonna remember any of my scores or
like I know my best scores, but like I don't know what I did to get that score at all. Because I obviously had some birdies and a lot of pars or something.
That is my next question. What is your best score?
Well, it's technically I shot even par at Mather.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not counting that because it's Mather. So my next best score, I had like a 76 at Empire a couple weeks ago, and then my personal, the one that I hang my hat on is a 78 at Granite Bay.
Nice. That's really good. Yeah. Even 76 at Empire, as you said.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. You just shot that?
That was like, maybe 3 weeks ago. Dang. Something like that.
Yeah. You're playing pretty well right now.
Pretty sure it was, No, I'm not. I'm not playing well. Like I went from I was like an 8 something. Now I'm like a 10 again.
Yeah, but hey, you're still in the 70s recent.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, every time I've played Empire, I'm so close. It's like 81, 82, and even an 80, like a 9 over. Like I've shot so many 81s lately at Empire. It's just ridiculous. I'm stuck on that number.
I'm really surprised with Empire recently. Like the greens are fast.
Oh yeah,
like
they roll true. I think No, I'm happy. That's why I like if like I'm bringing someone new or someone who just I don't know, maybe in my mind expects a nicer course for like Folsom, right?
Yeah.
And we play, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. Like I'm glad that maybe even if the grounds aren't 100, but the greens are like that, like makes or breaks around, right?
100%.
Yeah.
And they're starting to redo some of their bunkers, which is nice.
Oh, I did see that. Number 1, right?
Yeah.
They just
at least number 1. I think there's a couple other ones.
Yeah. Yeah. So slowly they're gonna start refilling them, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, when you have tee times every 5 minutes, you got to be able to.
I know.
To do something.
What the heck? Yeah, they're just cramming courses lately, or after the pandemic, right?
Yeah. Well, it was like just everybody.
Everyone's like $8. 8 minutes is like I think the shortest I've seen.
Yeah,
that's
there's
crazy.
just too many golfers now.
Yeah, yeah. We need to.
Everybody.
Well, I'm all for growing the game, but
yeah, I'm cool with it too.
Maybe grow courses. We need more courses.
Exactly. I mean, Folsom needs to have at least 2 more courses.
Yeah, especially when they're putting all those homes in over at south of 50, Folsom Ranch.
Yeah, yeah. There should be a spot over there that's going to be like.
I was gonna say, do you know if there's a plan for
I don't think so. I heard that they're going to bring back or possibly bring back the Bass Lake course in Granite or in El Dorado Hills.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that's a real thing or not. Yeah. I don't even remember it being open. Was it an 18-hole course? Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was legit, yeah. Yeah, I think it was a par 70 though. I mean, that doesn't,
Just another place to play.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Yeah. Take some, because otherwise you got to either be at Cameron Park, Granite Bay, Serrana. I mean, I don't even know how much Serrana costs, but yeah, to make sure you get tee times.
Or you got to drive an hour to go to Roseville.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have like 50 courses over there.
I know. They
Folsom
do
deserves
have
at least 2 more.
At least 2, yeah. But I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people come down from El Dorado Hills to play Empire Ranch because it's always packed.
Yeah.
And it's all the people who can't afford or don't want to pay for Serrano, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, because even a lot of the men's group, it's a lot of El Dorado Hills guys.
Okay.
So, I think there's
did
like
you play any of
members.
Did you play any of the 6 a.m. rounds at Empire this summer?
You know what? I did not. Surprisingly.
That's the best way to do it.
I know. Just to be done by like 10.
Yeah,
9:30.
Andrew Finkel and I played like 2 or 3 of those. Yeah, first one off like 6 a.m. and then there's no one in front of you.
Just cruise.
Just jamming through.
What's funny is the one round that not this past year, but I played one of those rounds with Finkel and we're like, oh, we're gonna be done by like 9. I don't know. He just wasn't playing well, and then I started not playing well, and that was like a normal time round.
It's still 5 hours at 6 a.m.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, dang.
well, at least I'm in the office before noon.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's like, well, at least it's still morning.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was pretty funny because he said the same thing. He was like, oh, last time we cruised through. So I'm like, oh, cool, let's go. I'm like, nope.
No,
It's normal round. But
yeah,
no, I didn't. I was kind of more this year. I think I was more of the 5 o'clock squeaking in at dusk, finishing 18
twilight.
that way. Yeah, more the twilight side of it.
Twilight's great too.
Yeah.
My wife she'll play for like 9 holes, so the twilight's perfect.
Good.
We'll go out, get some high noons.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Play 9 holes for $35 or whatever.
Yeah.
It was good.
That's one thing I think I'm gonna work on next year. Is like that's gonna be a date night, right?
Yeah. It's perfect.
Does she like playing?
She likes to, yeah. But like 9 holes.
Yeah.
Like we've played a couple like full 18s, and she'll play like every other hole.
Yeah.
So.
I think honestly 9 holes is perfect, like time wise. But it's just knowing, like for instance, I told you I shot really well at Empire for 9 holes, and I was bummed I couldn't continue.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think as a golfer for us, I think that's what's hard is like, dang, I want to play the other 9.
Oh, yeah,
right?
100%.
But I think 9, 2.5 hours, 2 hours, whatever it is, that's like perfect.
Yeah.
But just knowing that 18 is the full round always
100%.
gets to me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Always makes me like, dang it, I want to keep playing.
Definitely.
Or even Twilight, go as far as you can, right? Even if it's 13 holes.
Yeah.
It's like there's something in us. And you can see it the whole course, like the back 9. Everybody's fighting for those final holes.
Yeah, it's like
you see
as soon
people
as the guy
jumping.
comes out to pull out the flag, you're like, oh, I'm officially done.
Yeah. I know, that's when, or one time I did play, actually the Marshall was cool. I think it was 11, 12, 13. So we played 13 and he pulled it out, but then he drove back and he told us, oh, it's front right. I thought he was gonna tell us like go home.
Yeah.
But he's like, it's front right. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like at least
That's
I was
awesome.
like, oh, here he comes. Tell us go home.
Yeah.
But he was like, no. He's like, I just pulled the flag. He's like, it's front right. I'm like, sweet, thanks.
That's awesome.
That was cool. Yeah. Because you never know what kind of marshal you're gonna get.
Oh yeah.
Out there. It's like if it's stickler or he's like, I don't care. It's the cart guy who's got to stay for the carts. Right. I do feel bad about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it's got to be nice to work at a golf course, though.
Yeah.
It's got to be fun.
I mean, yeah, you make it your own, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And I wonder if it's like when you work, when you work in something, you hardly ever do it.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like now that I focus more on golf podcasts, I've actually played less.
Really?
Right? Because you're in it or you.
That's got to be the weather.
Yeah, I think so. Timing. Yeah, it's a time of the season. But I wonder if when you work there, maybe you don't play as much.
Yeah.
Or maybe you play even more because then you get off and you just go play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would think.
Because I feel like the guys who work at the gym don't work out that much. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a fact.
Just making stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. So the last thing before we go, this is the Thanksgiving episode, right before Thanksgiving. What is one thing you are thankful for your game, or it could be anything actually, but golf related or not golf related? What's one thing you're?
Oh man.
I just like to keep it golf related.
Well, I'll have to say it. I'm very thankful for my wife and family.
There you go. Yeah.
Um,
It's a trick question. You pass.
let's see. For my golf game
Oh wait, you just got married, right?
in August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So within the congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
How's the first few months?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
I mean,
No complaints?
Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
So we're
I know,
just
that's-
married now.
I would say that's normally what it is. It's
No,
like,
but married life's good. It's cool.
Awesome.
We're excited.
well,
so-
congratulations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Excited for you.
Thank you. As far as my game, what I'm thankful for, I don't know. My game's pretty trash right now, so I'd say it's cliche, but I'm thankful for just like hanging out with my friends, and I play with my dad and his buddies a lot. So just like getting that time with my dad is fun.
Nice. Yeah. Definitely.
With my father-in-law as well. So yeah, it's just the camaraderie of golf.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
I would say, same thing, but I'm thankful that I'm finally not blading my wedges as much. I've gotten in a good rhythm now where I'm 90% more confident than I was, and I don't really know what changed. Oh yeah, I watched a video on Phil Mickelson
YouTube.
chipping.
Oh yeah,
and how
hands
his weight,
forward,
his weight,
all on your front foot.
Yeah.
I gotta get back to that.
And actually, it's funny. Last time we played, I've noticed that was your stance when I watch you chip and everything.
It was literally the Phil Mickelson video.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so we watched the same one.
He's like, you have to know if you're going to go off your front foot or your back foot.
Yeah. Front or back. Yes, exactly.
Hands forward.
That clip, and now it comes through my feed every once in a while again, and I think that changed it for me. Now, obviously, I'm not perfect, but by any means, but definitely 90% less and way more confident.
That's awesome.
With chips and anything. Because before, anything 50 yards in, I'd be like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So now, so I'm grateful for that. So
I love it.
Feel like I fixed that.
Means everything.
Yep. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you. I want to say thank you to Carson.
Thanks
you
for
coming
having
on.
me. Appreciate it.
I hope you had fun.
Absolutely. I'm down
to do it
it's
not
again.
Too bad, right?
No.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I get to talk about all the bad things that happened trying to figure out a golf trip.
Yeah, exactly. I hope maybe it's a little therapy session for you.
Yeah, exactly. It was good to just vent.
Yeah. Even though I am one of those guys on the email, but I didn't commit.
No, that's okay. No. I hope you can make it one year. That'd be fun.
No, I definitely want to add that to the repertoire of golf for one of the years.
Yeah,
so
it's fun.
But thank you to X.Golf. Thank you, Gavin. You really helped me out with editing and everything. So I just want to shout out to you. And so if you guys like what we're doing, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Peace.